In your experience, how important was the role of a mentor? And if so, how do you go about finding someone who could really be your advocate? Shanae, maybe you could start with you.
Yeah, I'll start, no problem. So my mentor, I talk about her all the time. She was actually the recruiting manager who asked me if I wanted to learn how to recruit. She wasn't just my mentor because she taught me something. She was my mentor because she actually gave me a chance to actually learn something. And there is a difference. And so she actually like took me under her wing, made me her protege, and really walked me through why it's important to learn how to recruit from this perspective professionally and then applying that to my life. So we don't just talk about work. We also talk about life things and personal things and all of that. And I think what was important for me to understand from her as a mentor was even, for example, even in my very early stages of having to run a meeting, there was a moment where in a meeting, one of the hiring managers tried to throw me under the bus. And because she knew my work ethic, she was so willing to advocate for me that she actually stood up in a meeting to defend me when I wasn't there. And so from there, she then actually like threw me to the wolves. Like she went on vacation, was like, all right, I'm not available after 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So now you got to run a meeting and do it yourself. And she put me to the test for me to understand my confidence level, for me to understand that I was actually able to do and to run meetings and to actually be in leadership and to actually like get to a point where I can make room for people to come after me who look like me, because she also looks like me. She also made it so that for me to understand that not everyone who are Black women are in competition with each other. So she made that very clear, that gatekeeping and holding and hoarding information because of the insecurity that you carry because you don't want people to be better than you. She taught me how not to do that subconsciously. And she made that very clear that in order for us to be successful as a people, not just as Black people, not just as Black women, not just minorities, but as a people in general, she was like, Shanae, you have to be willing to share information that you have that people may not have thought of in this way. She also let me know that it is important for me to understand that there are times when you have to go against the grain. And in order to go against the grain, you have to be willing to put yourself on the line for others. If you are not willing to do that, you cannot be a recruiter. And so when the way she taught me that, she kind of related that to life skills, it was really important for me to understand, and I appreciated it. So that's how we kind of grew this mentorship / friendship as I progress in my career. And so whenever I tell people if they want to be a mentee of mine, or if they want to look for a mentorship, I always ask people, like, don't look at someone to be your mentor just because they look like you. My husband has a mentor who's a white dude. And genuinely, it's because he took the time to understand him as a professional, as a Black man, and actually poured into him in a way that he didn't find it anywhere else. So I always tell people, be open-minded about some of the opportunities that comes to you, no matter what people look like, so that you can actually have a diverse set of thinking and not just a one way of thinking of things.
That's